Joel, I want you to pretend like I am an absolute idiot, which should not be very difficult for you. Explain to me what inflation is and why it matters to people.
Hey, and thank you for having me this afternoon. Inflation is the cost of goods and services that you purchase and assets. It's the cost of those items increasing. In other words, it's the value of the dollar that you have in your hands decreasing. Now, and over time, over the last 50 years plus, we have seen inflation almost each and every year. And really, it's a hidden tax. It means that every year, all things being equal, the value of your paycheck goes down. And we're seeing more of that over this past year. If you go back up prior to the pandemic, we have seen prices on nearly everything that we purchase week by week. We've seen those prices increase. We've seen commodities costs such as lumber. Lumber's up 35%. Corn costs are up 40%. Copper up 80%. You notice it when you go fill up your car, where gas prices have nearly doubled. Nearly everything that we are consuming in our lives has gone up and has gone up at an accelerated rate over the past year. And I fear that that's something that may continue due to the disastrous economic policies that people in Congress have been pushing for.
Okay, Joel, I'm about to ask you a question that you could probably take 13 hours to answer, and feel free to do that if you want, but why? Why are we seeing so much inflation? I mean, you brought up the lumber. It's something a lot of people don't realize. It's going to affect you. Home building, all these other things. The prices are going up across the board. Why?
Yeah, well, there are multiple reasons for this, but there's a quote by Milton Friedman that I love, and he once said, "Inflation everywhere and everywhere is a monetary phenomenon." Now, what did he mean by that? Well, think about the money that's in your wallet, the hard physical cash in your wallet. Look at that. It has on there, it's a Federal Reserve note. Well, we have a central bank that is able to create hundreds of billions, even trillions of dollars, literally out of thin air. And over the past year, the central bank has printed trillions of dollars digitally or in hard currency, and they have bought assets. They have bought corporate bonds. They have bought government debt. They have bought mortgage-backed securities. And when they make those purchases, those funds then flow into the hands of those that owned those assets, and that money has to go somewhere. So we have seen some of those investors taking that new cold hard cash. We've seen them buy stocks. So we've seen the stock market boom. We've seen some people buy real estate. We've seen the real estate prices boom. We have seen banks begin to lend out some of those new deposits that have been put into those accounts at the banks. And so we see people being able to take out more cash. We have seen the government go ahead and borrow some of that newly created money, and we've seen them put money into the checking accounts of tens of millions of people. And now that money is being spent. So basically, you have more dollars chasing a limited supply of goods and services, and it's supply and demand. You have more dollars chasing those goods and services, and the prices go up. We're seeing that now, and it's likely to continue into the future.
Hey, thanks so much for watching The First on YouTube. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. You heard me. Like it, subscribe. You'll get a lot more of it and a lot more of me. Thanks.